On, it was Neil Harris's final home game in charge as Millwall lost 1-0 once again, this time to Sheffield United, who are having a serious go at automatic promotion once again. That made it 5 games without a win for Millwall. 2 successive home 1-0 defeats, that after a 9-match unbeaten run. There aren't many goals in their games at the moment, either for or against. Ryan Leonard to the right and Johnny Howson to the left, the 2 captains standing at the front of their respective queues here. We are nearly ready for both sides to be introduced. Millwall got the better of Middlesbrough here when they last met on the opening day of last season. What about today? Almost halfway through this championship campaign, it never fails to deliver on drama. We've had plenty already in the division this afternoon. What is about to come as Middlesbrough take on Millwall? The familiar notes of Kickbag echoing around this stadium. Here comes Michael Carrick. Knows in his eyes what they need to do to push the side on. Can they get the victory here today? They have won just 1 of their last 4 games. Millwall in their 3rd kit today. It's a grey number with black and blue trim. Let's take a check on the team news. Middlesbrough boss Michael Carrick has made 5 changes from midweek. First in goal as Borough-born Sol Bryn comes back in for number 1 Senny Dieng. Brad van den Berg is back from a knee injury that's seen him miss the last 8. Ayling, Howson and Bergstorger also record as Dijksteel, Clark and McGree drop out along with Barlassa. The Australian out of the squad altogether due to a chest infection. Del Fry is on the bench after illness. For Neil Harris's final game, he makes 2 alterations to the side that lost against Sheffield United. Ryan Leonard is back from suspension to replace Joe Bryan at the back, while Macaulay Langstaff, a former Middlesbrough youth player from nearby Stockton, starts. And another Borough attacker in the past, Duncan Watmore, goes to the bench. The away side have the 2nd oldest side in the division, but will have to use all that experience against a vibrant Middlesbrough team this afternoon. Well, they had very different playing careers, Neil Harris and Michael Carrick. Harris has Millwall in his blood, as do those few hundred travelling fans who have made the long journey up here just a couple of weeks before Christmas. No quarter will be given by this Millwall side. That's what you always know you're going to get from them, no matter who has their shirt on. Finazaz, one of the key creative talents in this Middlesbrough side. No one has created more goals than him so far this season. And he bought a Saints of Norwich, has more goal involvements across the entire division. The referee today is Jeff Eltringham. His first game in December, only his 4th match since September. Watch his set. I was to be hoping that man in front of him there, Ben Doak, doesn't have too much action today. It's a cold one for those Millwall fans. Hopefully some warming football on the way over the next couple of hours. Teams are already a little bit ahead of time here, which is why we're pausing ahead of kick-off. Referee just waiting for the clock to strike 3 o'clock. It's a very rare mid-season occasion where a manager knows that it's all over for him no matter what happens today. It's set to be 35 games in charge and out for club legend Neil Harris, who takes charge of his final Millwall game here at the Riverside against a Middlesbrough team very much looking to get back on the promotion track. Middlesbrough now winless in 5 games. They don't score or concede many goals, so this could be a tight one. Middlesbrough starting a little bit nervy here. This ball has gone straight out of play, not helping the fans' frustrations in the opening seconds. Ryan Leonard's already winding up here for a long throw. You have some big targets in there. Murray Wallace, one of those. It's past him, and a chance. Well blocked by Van den Berg. And over by Femi Aziz, but it did get a touch on the way through. It will be a Millwall corner. Well, this throw had plenty of depth on it. It was moving, and it went a long, long way before the attempted overhead there by Macaulay Langstaff, a local lad. Another former Middlesbrough man in George Saville, ready to take this corner. 118 appearances for his former side. Climb there by Tanganga, over and out of play. There's a well-flighted ball in there as well. Tanganga attacked it there with plenty of passion, but didn't have the finesse to keep his header down. He's had 5 spells at Millwall over the years as a player and a coach, Neil Harris. He's won promotion to the Championship on both the pitch as a player and on the touchline as a manager. Also part of the team that made it to the FA Cup final back in 2004 before losing to Manchester United. Managed to beat Teddy Sheringham's record of 93 goals that had him as Millwall's greatest ever marksman. 138 goals he scored for them in the end. Arrived on the 21st of February, replacing Joe Edwards, who'd only had 19 games in charge. Managed to save them last season. Got well clear of relegation in the end. This is where it ends for him today. Matelat onto Bergzor. And the break's on here, maybe. Neto Borges. Delano Bergzorg. Was he fouled? No, he wasn't. The referee says the ball was won. Things at both ends in the opening few minutes here. Middlesbrough have won 5 but lost 3 here at home this season. A couple of draws in there as well. And they did win their last home game, a 3-1 win here against Hull in their final match in November. Doak. He's such a direct runner, a great low centre of gravity. He has won a corner here for Middlesbrough. Well, only Norwich and Leeds United have scored more goals than Middlesbrough so far this season. They haven't been able to always keep them out. That's been the problem for them. Bit of a cluster of players here that the referee's having to keep an eye on. And when I say a cluster, they're like Christmas presents packed together. It's in low, trying to turn it on there was George Edmondson. The referee spotted a foul. Michael Carrick's been speaking about the position they're in compared to last season. They are 7th at the moment, just 1 point off the top 6, the playoffs. He says, we understand where we are and what we need, but we're definitely in a better position than what we have been last season at this stage, and that's a big positive. In his first season in charge, he managed to take them from 21st to 4th in the table before losing to Coventry in the playoffs. Big summer changes ahead of last season. They had a bit of an iffy start. Injuries didn't help them either, but they lost one of their final 12 games to finish 8th in the end. Haven't been in the Premier League now for quite some years, since Aitor Karanka was in charge here in that 2016-17 season. Tanganga. Straight out of play from the former Tottenham man. Borges with this throw, the Brazilian. He packs a punch at left back. He's an imposing player. Launched down the line by Leonard. In a number of different positions for Millwall across the back line. Edmondson, that's slightly short, and Millwall are in, and they really should have scored. Macaulay Langstaff with a golden chance. The man who's had such a fantastic time in front of goal over the last few years, whether it be in non-league or the EFL. Only once he's found the net in 20 games so far for Millwall. Edmondson there, only poking it back. Didn't have enough on it at all, and Langstaff couldn't lift it over the goalkeeper. It's a corner here that Saville will take. Latte once, twice. Saville, in his wisdom there, deciding to let it go for what will be another long throw. Leonard takes it. Trying to get that flick at the near post, but again, they have a throw in a very similar position. All a bit quiet here at the Riverside at the moment. The home team coming under increasing pressure in the opening 10 minutes. Leonard launches it. Bergzorg, hooked on by Hackney. Wallace. Offside against Aziz. Flag up on this near side from James Wilson, the assistant. Borges. Plucked from French football ahead of this season. Free kick here for a foul on Bergzorg. Middlesbrough starting to put one or two passes together here, but it has been a rather sluggish start from them. Doak trying to free Latte. Leonard. Wallace, not the greatest of balls, it's only going to come back here. On by Azaz. Doak. Hackney. Looking for the give and go, and Lattelat's onto it! Inevitable! You don't give this man chances and expect to get away with it. Emmanuel Lattelat for Middlesbrough. 6 and 8 for the Ivorian, who is a firm favourite in these parts. Just what Middlesbrough needed. After a nervy beginning here at the Riverside, nice exchange between Azaz and Lattelat, who once he was through, didn't look like he was going to miss, as Langstaff did at the other end. Lovely take. And so confident the way he dispatched it as well. A move they've done so many times on the training grounds. And it came off here on match day. So simple in its creation. Millwall pulled apart. Middlesbrough on the score sheet for the first time this afternoon. He's now their joint leading scorer with Tommy Conway, who's on the bench today. An 8th of the campaign for Lattelat, though 2 have been penalties. Maybe not quite near the levels he's set for himself in recent years, wherever he's been. Millwall now have a tough ask. They've only scored 7 away goals in 8 games on the road this season. Only 1 victory up until now. A 90th minute winner they got at Swansea City back at the end of October. They do not travel well. 5 of the last 8 away games have been drawn. He's winning a corner here. It's a long old journey up from South London, 4.5 hours by car, though I'm sure many of them took the train out of King Cross earlier. They do not want to go home disappointed. All in there, well claimed by Bryn, given his chance again today. And he's trying to set his side on their way. Lattelat couldn't feed it through the gap. Savills lost it. Crunching challenge there by Ayling. Doak. Which way is he going to go? Bergzorg, they could be in again. Middlesbrough starting to play some nice stuff. Ayling and Doak getting in each other's way. Doak might have kicked Ayling there. Back out to Howson. Neto Borges encouraged to shoot. Azaz. Middlesbrough happy to reset and go again. Neto Borges. Bergzorg. Delano, Bergzorg. Azaz, Bergzorg. Hackney. Not what he intended. Here's Van den Berg back today after injury. To Borges. Hackney. Azaz, Lattelat, this is beautiful. Here's Finn Azaz. Didn't get the purchase required there as he tried to send an effort towards goal. Bergzorg will try again. Running here at Leonard, returning to the side today. Fouling his man, free kick Borough. Just starting to look a little bit rattled here. It's a bit of a scissor challenge in the end there from the Millwall skipper. Got a foot on the ball, but I think took the man first. Middlesbrough, meanwhile, have an injury situation on the other side of the field. Ailing it is, receiving some treatment. To take that grip sock off. Well, Azaz really looks in the mood today. Delay though ahead of this free kick. It was a really weird one there. The way that Ailing picked up that knock, it looks like he might be okay, but he's bootless at the moment. Middlesbrough have one, they'd like another. Lucas Jensen watching on nervously here, the Dane. Middlesbrough at the moment down to 10. South will eventually take this free kick, probably a couple or 3 minute delay there. Azaz delivers deep. The goalkeeper came forward and didn't get anything on it. Slightly fortunate there in the end, I think, that it went behind. Let's see what happened again. Sent in round the back towards Van den Berg. To see who exactly got the final touch there. Now for Bergsorg, who has taken a tumble. Not to Borges, in fact, who fell on his back awkwardly. Looks like he's okay, though. So a bit of a stop-start nature to this game in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Tanganga. Leonard's on to Romain Esse, the 19-year-old England under-20 international. Hasn't seen too much of the ball so far. Leeds still without Ailing here, so Howson has dropped into the back line. Here he is. That's Borges. Ailing is now back on the field. So Middlesbrough back to their full complement. Such an experienced player at the back there, who's been through so much with Leeds United over the last several years. So he came through Arsenal's academy way back when in North London. Ailing. Trying to force it a touch too early there. Edmondson with a better touch home this time compared to the previous one that put Macaulay Langstaff through on goal. But this is the big problem for Ayling, who is not going to be able to continue, so Anthony Dijksteel will be called for. This looks like a fairly significant issue. From a fairly innocuous challenge and situation as it came about. Michael Carrick just offering a few final words here to Dijksteel, who was on target for Middlesbrough in the game we saw at Burnley the Friday before last. So Ayling hobbles his way off here. He tried to give it a go, he wanted to continue, but his body has beaten him here. So Dijksteel is his replacement, like for like at right back. I think Michael Carrick probably just wanted a bit more of a battler in there today in Ayling, and he hasn't lasted too long at all. Most of the play now is Middlesbrough's. Millwall had much of the early domination. They had plenty of set play opportunities at the other end of the field, but this game has now gone the way that most thought it might. Edmondson back to Bryn. His inclusion today was a surprise to many, myself included. Dieng not injured, he is on the bench. Bergsorg making the run from left to right. Langstaff after this, Dijksteel. Was he fouled? He was there. Langstaff penalised. Middlesbrough sitting in a one-goal lead at the moment, thanks to Emmanuel Lattelat. His first goal since he scored a hat-trick for Middlesbrough in their 6-2 win at Oxford back on the 23rd of November. Dijksteel, House. Trying to help it on there, Lattelat. It's given away the ball in the end, and we'll have it back. Middlesbrough know that with a win today, they could find themselves inside the top six, depending on the scores elsewhere. West Brom, who are around them, aren't playing until tomorrow when they take on Watford at Vicarage Road. Those two sides, along with Middlesbrough, in the shake-up for a top six place. Sunderland, one of Middlesbrough's north-eastern rivals, really suffering a massive drop-off at the moment, struggling for wins. Only one for them since the end of October. Leeds we've already seen today, snatching a point at the last at Preston. Dijksteel. It's pushed from behind there by Esse, who's been right through the ranks with Millwall. He's been with them since the age of 9. He's now getting recognition at international level as well. Those away fans not looking too impressed at the moment. I don't think he will be either. Certainly be annoyed with the way they gave up that goal. Sliced open far too easily. Can get the ball back there. Here come Millwall. Esse, that's not a bad ball at all, and Aziz is onto this, and it should have been 1-1. Another great chance there for Millwall. And Middlesbrough give it away. Both sides making errors though for Millwall, and making them right in front of goal. That's the frustration for them. Langstaff. That's one a throw, which essentially is a set piece here for Millwall. Nice ball, helped into the path there of Femi Aziz, who's only scored once for Millwall. Surely should have made it 2 there. Was turning, but managed to take it down well enough. Just couldn't quite open up his body to help it home. Leonard launches. It's another Millwall throw. They will take their time over all of these. High, and Millwall had a man over there. Saville going down, but the flag already up for offside. Well, both sides have had to give everything in this so far. Both have had opportunities not taken, aside from the goal itself. Millwall don't have great memories of visits here to this stadium. They have only won 1 of their last 8 games here. That was that meeting back in August of last year. Bergzorg. Hackney takes over. Howson trying to get away from Honeyman. Find Doak. I think that's the frustration for Middlesbrough so far, that they haven't given Doak enough ball. Saville. That's another Honeyman. Advantage played here by referee Jeff Eltringham. Doesn't quite go through to Aziz as Dijksteel intercepts. Next goal in this game is massive. Even at this stage, you'd say another for Middlesbrough might be enough for them. Given that Millwall don't seem to have brought their shooting boots with them. Hackney has really established himself in this Middlesbrough side now. And he's got a big year ahead. He'll be away to the Under-21 European Championship next summer with Lee Carsley's side after they qualified for the finals in Slovakia. Denore. Leonard's had it off him. Honeyman. It's a really poor ball as he tried to slide it square to Esse. Lattelat. He's barely seen the ball since he scored. That might be about to change. Doak. He's a two-footed player, but didn't look like it there with his ball in on his left. It's another really sloppy pass there by Aziz. Bryn taking no chances. Interesting to see which route Millwall take next in terms of whether they go to another young manager, as is the case with almost every club in the EFL right now. Didn't quite work out for Joe Edwards. Harris, 47, no veteran of the management game himself, but maybe not the right profile of coach they want to move forward with if they want to take the club on to the next level. First joined Millwall in then Division 2 from Cambridge City back in 1998. He was 20 years old then. Tanganga. Jensen. Saville, Leonard, Honeyman and Saville. Millwall not too fussed about seeing the ball. They have the lowest average possession figures in the Championship. They've averaged just 40.8% across their games this season. For them, it's all about what they can do when they do have it. They don't have the biggest of budgets. They don't have a lot to play with. Leonard. Hackney out to Lattelat, who sprints away now. This man has great acceleration and drive, and he's going to go all the way here. He'll play it square instead to Azaz, who got it all wrong. What a run this was here by Emmanuel Lattelat. You can see why so many clubs from higher up in the footballing food chain are looking at him. Bergzorg just kept that one in play, but Millwall nearly having it back off him. Azaz. Doak. Still Ben Doak. Way behind Hackney. Got his ball all wrong there, but lucky for him, they're back on possession now. Bergzorg. Hackney. Lattelat trying to do it all himself, even while he's on the ground. Howson. Doak. Hackney's gone on. Took that shot early, and Jensen fumbled it behind. It is a Middlesbrough corner, and it needn't have been. really look on there for Hackney. I'm not sure if it was going in anyway. Jensen, though, couldn't hold it. It's another set play here for the Borough. Not sure what they were trying there, but there was no one in red anywhere near it to run on and score. And as it is, it's Millwall who try and counter. A foul and a yellow card will surely follow here for Lattelat. He seemed to pull his man down, and all the Millwall players asking the referee why a card hasn't been shown here. So he knew what he was doing, took one for the team, and eventually the booking is handed out by the referee. Third yellow card of the season for Emmanuel Lattelat. You have to reach 10 now for a ban. Esse. Nice play, gliding through Middlesbrough here like they're not even there, and then hits it straight at Bryn. One of the moves of the game so far from Romain Esse, and who I'm sure next summer will have a big price tag on his head no matter where Millwall are. Strange really that as he shifted it onto his left side, he tried to pull it back across goal. Naturally it looks simpler and more easy there to bend it towards the far corner, but Esse in his wisdom decided to go the other way. Howson. Azaz dropping deep. Dijksteel, who replaced the injured Ayling earlier on in proceedings. Bergsold trying to turn there, but the space just wasn't there for him. And instead it's the away side with Tanganga, who's well advanced. He goes down, but he was looking for that free kick and the referee not buying it at all. Now Edmondson into nosebleed territory here for him. Azaz, he's going to go for it. The deflection made it a little bit more complicated there for Jensen, but able to hold it in the end. Athletic save from the goalkeeper. Five minutes to go until the end of the 45. Millwall just starting to build up a head of steam here. Honeyman. Esse. Denore. Esse. If he had helped it on there, there was no one else there in Millwall grey. Lattelat trying to get through. He might have been offside. Wallace nods here for McNamara, who's over on the left. Honeyman. Back here to Langstaff, who once again is pushed off the ball there by Edmondson. Latelat, Howson, Latelat. Millwall fans starting to make a little bit of noise here. So far, every time their side has had a chance, they've let them down in front of goal. Millwall tend to keep the back door shut. Only 5 of the top 6 coming into this weekend. The exception being Blackburn there have conceded fewer than Millwall's 17. But if you're never going to score many, then you're always playing on fine margins. This one edging towards the break without any change to the scoreline. George Edmondson for Middlesbrough. We are heading towards a 5th win in 8 games. They are moving in the right direction generally. They've scored plenty of goals in the last month or so as well. 4 at QPR, 5 here against Luton, 6 at Oxford. Only 1 so far here. Bergsdorf, Hackney. That's not a bad ball. That's not a great header. Cross was quite close in there. Only needed a flick, but it got a significant touch from Neto Borges. Net to score for Middlesbrough, last netting against Brest while playing for his former side Clermont in May of last year. Well, he's certainly travelled around in his career up until now. He's been in Sweden, Belgium, Portugal and France as well. Edmondson. So Borges onto this, needed to get that first touch and didn't, and was always likely to give away the free kick after that as Leonard saw the opportunity to go down. 3 minutes of additional time at the end of this first half.
3 minutes at a time. A minimum of 3 minutes at a time. Brought to you by Group Industrial UK Limited.
Hasn't been the first half that Neil Harris would want. 4 of their last 5 goals actually have come from set pieces. They have specialised in those this season. 8 over the course of the campaign from just 20 scored until now. Here's Aziz. Off by Dijksteel. Doak. This doesn't always engage his brain at times, Ben Doak. It'll come with more and more playing time, but some of his decisions aren't quite right for what his team needs in certain moments. Amara was seen off there. Just over a minute and a half left here at the Riverside. They're about to celebrate 30 years inside this stadium. Quite incredible, really. They moved from Ayresome Park back in 1995. They wanted to be hosting Premier League football again next season. That's the aim. That's what Steve Gibson wants, the owner and chairman here, man who's been at the helm for so long. Howson and Hackney trying to force it on. After that, fouling Leonard, who again went down very easily there. That's still not happy about that free kick award. This might be the final chance of the half here. Leonard's looks like he's going to send it up high and long, which he does. Wallace also got the initial touch. Bergsorg there. Doak. Doesn't quite run for Azaz. Aziz. Doak getting stuck in and emerging with the ball. Azaz, heavy touch from the Irishman. Half-time, good enough for Middlesbrough without being spectacular here at home. Emmanuel Latilac, clinical when he was put through in goal by Finn Azaz. Millwall, though, have had all the best chances aside from that. Langstaff, Aziz with two of the notable opportunities that came and went with poor finishes. Middlesbrough's joint leading scorer this season, doing it for them once again in front of goal. Half-time here at the Riverside in Neil Harris's final game in charge. It's not going for him so far. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0. Welcome back here to the Riverside. Both sides back out, ready to go again. Middlesbrough leading by a goal to nil at the break. Can they add to it? Can Millwall find a way back in Neil Harris's final game as manager? We are just about good to go. This very chilly day as it is here in Middlesbrough, with Christmas approaching. And the games really do start to come very fast indeed. Referee just waiting for 15 minutes to be up exactly here. Manuel Latilac with the only goal so far. Hopefully more to come in this second period. Bergsorg had gone a little bit too early there. We're off again. Millwall have had opportunities, no doubt about that, but once again their problem scoring goals have come to the fore here. Only Cardiff, Hull and Plymouth have scored fewer than Millwall so far this campaign. It's a problem that doesn't seem to be going away for them. But they've only got one player on the field who's scored more than twice this season, that is Romain Esse. Duncan Watmore, their leading scorer with 5, is on the bench today. I'm sure we'll see him at some stage. Here's Latilac. Dijksteel, who came on in the first half for the injured Ayling. It's a free kick. Foul there on Delano Bergsorg, who's certainly looked lively for Middlesbrough so far. Could do with getting Ben Doak into the game a little bit more, though. The 19-year-old Liverpool loanee playing off the right. Here's Azaz, who has seen lots of the ball. Doak. Dijksteel. Azaz. Doesn't get as far as Lat. Hackney. Middlesbrough exchanging passes here, slowly creeping towards goal. Dijksteel. Doak, encouraged to take on his man. Lat tries to give it him back. He was the only man to be cautioned in the first half, Emmanuel Lat. Here's Honeyman. To his credit, Lat all the way back there, trying to help out defensively, having given the ball away. Work rate important to Michael Carrick. No doubt he's probably going to have a chilled one this evening, having had this game this afternoon, but used to play five-a-side on Saturday nights just down the road, a Newcastle fan growing up. Aziz there couldn't steady himself. Bryn got the call today to start in goal. For the Burnley game last Friday, he'd started 3 in a row, but was dropped with Dieng coming back from illness, which has swept through the club in the last month or so. They haven't been able to shake it off as a group, Middlesbrough. Has given various players various problems in that time of varying lengths and extremities. Azaz, lovely touch on. Bergzorg. Doak wanted to wait for it, not the biggest. Barge, McNamara off the ball there. Sure that shoulder will come back to hurt him at some stage. Edmondson. Hackney, Lat lets it go. Bergzorg, this is nice. Doak. No one there in red. Aziz, again, showing too much of the ball there to the home side. Bergzorg. Hackney. He's going to go for it here, Hayden Hackney. Maybe shouldn't have bothered. Sends it high into the north stand. Carrick will be pleased enough with what he's seen so far, but they just need that second goal as quickly as possible. Backline has been a funny one this season. Only 2 teams have scored more than 1 goal against Millwall so far this campaign. Watford and Bristol City, they were the opening 2 matches of the season back in August. No side since then has been able to get more than 1. All of their recent defeats have been by a single goal. Denore. Saville. Looks like he's been in the wars there, Michael Carrick. Slight knock below his right eye. On towards Esse. Langstaff trying to get involved as well. Bergzorg there with a heavy touch. Neta Borges getting stuck in. Langstaff. Saville. Esse trying to bring in Leonard there. Referee has given Millwall a free kick, and they will gladly take it as well. Seven minutes gone in this second half. Millwall hoping they can quieten down this Riverside even more than it is already. It's a fairly chilled atmosphere here. Wallace would be the obvious target. It's closer to the goalkeeper though. Bryn has it. Middlesbrough were 12th at this stage of last season with 20 games gone and only 3 points off the playoffs. Currently sitting in 7th, only 1 point short, not too much in it. Nice play. It's a free kick. Card is coming out of the pocket here of Jeff Eldringham. The yellow card for Jaffa Tenganga. He's pulled down from behind there, Delano Bergzorg, a man who really shot to fame as much as anything in a Tottenham Hotspur documentary where Jose Mourinho was the manager at the time and was very interested in how to pronounce his name. It's Dijksteel. Doak. Middlesbrough starting to try and find their rhythm and tempo in this half. Howson. So that's so much to give at the age of 36. Bergzorg. No foul in there. Well, there was, but against a Millwall player. It's the longest trip of the season for Middlesbrough next Saturday. Fans better get ready because 4 days before Christmas they're heading to Plymouth. A 3 o'clock kickoff next weekend for the side sitting second bottom in the Championship at the moment. Well, Millwall's fans there will be glad to be back home as they take on Blackburn. But then 2 trips away immediately after Christmas to both Norwich and then Coventry. Norwich away on Boxing Day isn't the stuff of dreams when public transport is severely reduced. Doak is going to reach this as well. Thought he might take it first time. It's Ben Doak. It was nearly latte-lat, but stopped there by Casper de Norre. Neta Borges does really well. And again the Brazilian. One of many who've pulled on the Middlesbrough shirt here over the years. Looks like there is some action on the Millwall bench. Duncan Watmore looks like he's ready to come on. It might well be for someone like Femi Aziz here, who has so far flattered to deceive in this game. It's going to be a double change, in fact. Doak. Send it past the Norre. Honeyman. Let's say a bit too relaxed in what he was trying to do. Might be at his side's cost. Azaz. Doak. Latte Lat. Helped high by Langstaff, but that ball's no good there for Honeyman. Do at least get a throw, but so far not too much attacking threat in this second half. Denore. Edmondson had to play it back before now if he was going to. The option was cut off. Saville. McNamara. Aziz. This might be his final involvement. Macaulay Langstaff. McNamara. Saville to Tanganga. So double change then. It's going to be Idomo Amaku to come on as well, the Republic of Ireland under-21 international. And Aziz will be one of those to make way. And Watmore gets a good reception here as well. He was 3 appearances short of a century in his time here at Middlesbrough. And he's had such a tough time of it due to injuries throughout his career so far. He replaces George Honeyman. Denore. Charges on here. Bergsall twisting this way and that. Eventually trying to do too much. Amaku has slipped it through. What more after this? Bryn has it in the end, though Millwall saying it should be a back pass and an indirect free kick, but their appeals falling on deaf ears. Just sitting off here, not keen to go and press the ball. Middlesbrough can pick their pass into Hackney. Bergsall had that good spell with Huddersfield last season, despite their relegation. That was enough for Michael Carrick and co here to decide to take him to the Riverside. Kieran Scott is the head of football here. Bergsall. Latte Lat takes. Howson going in there, pulled away though by Watmore. He's trying to move away, doesn't get anything. Hackney asking a lot of Latte Lat, but he will get there. Oh, and so unfortunate at the end, the ball was knocked off him for the goal kick. As long as this stays at 1-0, Millwall will still fancy their chances. against another of the promotion contenders. They scored in the 3rd minute of added time at the Den at the end of November as they took a point off Sunderland. Free kick this time against Langstaff. The boy from Stockton hasn't enjoyed life out there so far this afternoon. He's had to really feed off scraps since that chance he had so early in the game. Johnny Howson. Now Doak can sprint after this. He's got the pace to get there. Latte Lat alongside him. Still Doak, challenged by McNamara. The referee says corner. Just gave himself half a second to think there, Jeff Eltringham. Hard to say how much of the ball was won there. First viewing. I'm not sure McNamara making that challenge, though Doak's protests weren't massive, which is maybe telling. Zaz, a very high corner. Bergzorg. Out off him. Almost halfway through this second half now. Do you get the feeling that maybe Michael Carrick needs to mix things up here? He does have a number of players out for one reason or another. No Riley McGree today. Aidan Morris, Darren Lenihan, Tommy Smith, Alex Bangura, Lucas Engel not ready to be back involved, and Marcus Forss, who can't even make the squad at the moment. Saville. Maku was pulled down there, free kick. It probably should be a yellow card as well. Indeed it is for Anthony Dijksteel. Had his arms on the shoulder there of the Millwall substitute for quite some time. Eventually brought down. He's booked, and Millwall have a chance. Pretty close in. Bryn just trying to make sure everyone's in the correct place. And Saville's there. Emaku as well. He's only scored once for Millwall so far. They're taking an interest as well, though his presence is disappearing now. It's Emaku who strikes it, and twice, well away from goal. Very disappointing. Just a few yards outside the area. Hit the Middlesbrough man initially there as it came back off Hackney, and then didn't look at all comfortable as he struck it second time around. Well, those Middlesbrough fans behind the goal are enjoying it, but it hasn't been a classic here. Hopefully things get better in the final 20 minutes. Esse. What more? Bergzorg trying to get beyond Esse, who won the ball. Well, Millwall have failed to win any of their last 34 championship games when conceding first. That's since a win against West Brom in October 2022. Substitutions forthcoming from either side at the moment. Middlesbrough, you would expect to try and change something here as they go in search of that second goal. Howson leaves it for Doak. Now the break may be on here. Esse didn't really have the confidence to surge forward, and he's crowded out. 3 Middlesbrough players around him, but one of them has given away a foul. Emaku. Doak. The Riverside expects as he picks up the ball, hammers it into Azaz, who drags it wide. Probably had more time there than he thought he did as well. Great ball into him there by Doak. Set himself very quickly, but probably could have taken another touch. Doak. And again, he's Scotland international, keeping it alive here. Emaku getting very tight to him. Dijksteel, and again, Anthony Dijksteel pulling it back. Close enough to Azaz. Just those final moments at the moment. Azaz, Hackney, Denore getting it back to Jensen, who can hammer it out of play. Edmonds turning out here, Bergzorg. Middlesbrough have to reset and build up again. It's been a frustrating match to watch this for both sets of fans and the neutral. Both teams just unable to do that final bit inside the penalty area. Hackney. Space out wide here. Nathan Borges looking to go again. Nathan Lack couldn't get a hold of it. Esse. Denore. Inside the final 19 minutes of normal time here at the Riverside. Emaku. Clondalkin, just outside Dublin in the Republic of Ireland. trying his best since he's come on. He has had a positive impact, but yet to translate into any real chances or goals. The changes are about to come. Tommy Conway is going to be introduced here, as well as Isaiah Jones, to play off the right-hand side. Langstaff, Esse. Edmondson hoping it runs through. It just about does there to Bryn. Tanganga, Saville. Home fans are starting to get a little bit edgy here. McNamara. We'll be wary that Middlesbrough don't keep too many clean sheets here at home. Neto Borges there just spotting that Latte Lap was about to square up to Esse. Does have a bit of a hot streak in the Middlesbrough striker. Just needs his temper tempering at times. In fact, he's going to come off here. So the scorer of the only goal so far makes way. His work for the day is done. Ben Doak also coming off here. Isaiah Jones comes in. The Guyana international. Scored for his country last month, actually, in the CONCACAF Nations League game against Barbados. Like for like on that side. Maybe it's just going to be a scrappy 1-0 win for Middlesbrough. You just have to take it, park it, move on. Their last win against them here was by the same scoreline when Marcus Fors netted 10 minutes into the second half back in January of last year. But neither Millwall nor their opposition have scored more than once in any game since the end of September. That's how tight their matches have been. They've been playing on small margins for a long time. Azaz. Seems to be a pullback there on Conway, fairly exaggerated as well. And in the end, it's Millwall who get a free kick. Anger the home fans even more. Azaz making the point to referee Jeff Eltringham. Conway it was who was having his shirt pulled there and there as he was in the penalty area. Leonard took a big risk, and in the end Bergsorg bundled him down. Changes for Millwall. Tom Bradshaw will come on here. In fact, it's going to be a triple change for them. Mykhailo Ivanovic will also be introduced. Who's going off? Some confusion for the fourth official, David Webb. Billy Mitchell will come on first of all for Casper Tenore. Some fresh legs in midfield. We're also going to withdraw Romain Esse. They're going to put two on up front here. Harris is going to go for it in the final stages. Ivanovic, Serbia international now. He made his debut against Denmark last month, only 20 years old. Langstaff, the other man to go off. Signed from Vojvodina in Novi Sad back in August. A relative unknown when he arrived in South London, but has shown bits and pieces of talent so far, has scored once for them. Would dearly love to do so here. Mitchell, what more? Forwards is the cry from someone beneath us here. They just want Middlesbrough to go on the attack, but it's not happening for them. Advantage played here because of a foul on Bradshaw. There was no advantage as Millwall had to go backwards, so they get the free kick. Leonard thought about a quick one into the channel there, but we'll send this one long and high on the diagonal. Ivanovic a big target up there now as well. Wallace gets the nod on. It's effort on goal at least, but no tester at all for Bryn. Well, since half-time, that is the first shot on target we've had, or attempt on target, I guess you'd say. It has been slim pickings in the second 45. In fact, there've only been 5 all game. Lovely take there by Azaz, he couldn't help it on, 10 to go. Kick here for Millwall. Short it goes. Emaku delivers. It's gone a long way and it bounces off the knee there of Wallace, who I don't think knew too much about it. He got to him quite quickly in the end. Jonathan Woodgate, a former Middlesbrough boss himself, now the assistant to Michael Carrick, just assessing the situation as we move into the final stages. Two former England teammates in Carrick and Rooney set to go head-to-head at Home Park next Saturday. It is a free midweek for both of these teams. It's League Cup quarter-finals coming up in the next few days. Slack there by Mitchell. Azaz, I think, running out of steam. It's been a busy week for everyone with the games on Tuesday and Wednesday. Conway. Lifts it high. Millwall just about do enough, but Azaz is now down. Seems to have just lost a boot for now, for Azaz. He'll take the win. He won't, but he'll have to, because he's leaving. It's his final day in the job. It looks like he's going to end it with 3 successive 1-0 defeats and no wins in 6, which is not the way he would have wanted to leave things. Change of pace there by Howson to find Jones. Isaiah Jones could finish it here for Middlesbrough. The rare chance that they've had in this second half, they haven't created too much at all. Jones could have gone on the outside but wanted to shoot instead. Didn't have the conviction in his finish. There's a throw in here to Millwall. They haven't had too many long ones in the second half. Middlesbrough no better than to give them too many of those chances. The big boys are going forward. Leonard is waiting. Ivanovic now a big threat off these set plays as well. It is Leonard. It's looping. Put away by Neto Borges. Middlesbrough trying to break out. That's a free kick. Foul on Bergsorg by Saville. A sub here before we restart. Dale Fry is going to make his comeback. Azaz will make way, so it looks like a change in shape for Middlesbrough in the final stages. So it looks like they're going to back 5 defensively here. Fry will drop into the back line. I think Azaz has just had a bit of a kick there. Just like Ayling, who he shook hands with there, who went off with an injury in the first half. Middlesbrough taking their time over this. Bryn eventually steps forward to take. Though it was always going to be him. Middlesbrough holding on here, though it just looks like Millwall have just run out of energy. They haven't got a lot left to give here. Duncan Watmore down here, so the referee stopping play. I drew a gasp from the watching 25,000 or so. It's a ball into the face. Flush from Howson. Of course, meant no harm to Watmore at all, his former teammate. They restart with an uncontested drop ball, as is the way these days. Emaku. Mitchell. It's done well here. And Watmore. Bumped again. It will be a free kick. Another painful one there for the former Middlesbrough man. This time from Van den Berg. It's already been taken here. Short, but the referee says the whistle hadn't gone. Millwall, with this free kick in a fairly central area, wanted to change the angle. They wanted to move it wide so that they could send it in from a different position. Emaku trying to surge past Jones. They'll have to do things a different way. McNamara. That's a nice ball over the top. And suddenly Middlesbrough could seal this game. Conway is going to try. There were enough bodies back there in the end to stop him from doing so. That's 30 seconds of normal time. What more? Down by Dyke, still not the best. Middlesbrough get away with it. Jones still going. It's a great run here. Can he slip it in? He can. And Middlesbrough can finish the game here. No, the flag's up for offside anyway. It just doesn't look like it's going to happen for them. 4 minutes of additional time.
4 minutes added time. 4 minutes added time.
Was he offside? That's the question. I'm not sure he was. Possibly played on there by McNamara in the left-back position. The assistant's flag went up straight away. And now it's Millwall's turn. Emaku, is there a sting in the tail here? McNamara. Bradshaw tried to get a touch, he didn't know which way the ball had gone. Ivanovic. Saville. Just trying to guide one in there. Conway. Over the top here for Bergsorg once again. One-on-one here with Wallace. Didn't have the strength to stay on his feet, and I think he's probably just run out of energy out there. Nearly a minute gone of 4 added on. Bradshaw. Mitchell. McNamara. Emaku. Better of Dyke steal, but covering was Van den Berg. Danny McNamara. Back in towards Mitchell, who tries to stab it towards goal. Middlesbrough getting a few opportunities to counter here, but it breaks down again. Bryn has it. And they edge ever closer to that important victory. Some of those Millwall fans heading for home, set on the long journey down the M1 back to the capital. Neil Harris not getting the ending he wanted, or indeed that the fans felt he deserved. Full-time whistle starting to sound around the country, but not here yet. We are not quite done. Just over a minute left. Have Millwall got anything left here? Emaku. Wallace. Tanganga still back there. Need the centre-half going forward. Middlesbrough have so much height to defend. Tanganga. That's a good ball in. Is that a penalty there? Ivanovic going down inside the box, but the referee only points for a corner. Millwall thought they had a shout. Saville, the former Middlesbrough player, will take this corner, which is going to be the last chance of the game. Floated. No connection yet. What more? Claims of handball. The referee has a long look at it, but decides not to blow. And Middlesbrough now have a 3-on-2. Bergsorg. Conway waiting in the middle. Past him it goes. But with that, surely the end of the game. Michael Carrick's side seconds away from victory, which is confirmed. Probably one of the most forgettable performances for Borough this season, but 3 valuable points as Neil Harris's reign in charge of Millwall once again ends in a 3rd successive 3-game run of 1-0 defeats. They're celebrating here now, but Millwall made it tough for them, as they make it tough for everyone. Ultimately, though, they just didn't have the quality. And Middlesbrough fans can celebrate long into the night here, because they have got themselves the victory that will push them back into the top 6. Neil Harris wonders what might have been. The fans in the away end less than impressed. They go home empty-handed. Middlesbrough get themselves back on the winning trail. It has finished here at the Riverside. Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0.